welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about passion twists, and I thought I'd get straight into it and tell you about why I've done this style and how I've done it. I've had these in now for about 2 weeks. Now the reason that I'm showing you them now rather than as I was doing them is because when I first did them they didn't look exactly how I wanted them. They looked too perfect, too shiny, too neat, and that wasn't the look I was going for. So if you're here, arrived at this video looking for the kind of neat, perfect passion twist, you're in the wrong place. This is very much, well, what I'm trying to do, very much that kind of like Lisa Bonet, free, hippie, natural vibe. And there was only really one person who I wanted them to look like, and her name is Alex Jae. I'll post her link below. So I just found that hers looked the most beachy, hippie, that kind of thing. And I just really liked them. So that was my aim, to get them like that. So as I said, we're 2 weeks in and these are now looking how I wanted them to look. How have I got them to be like this? So kind of fluffy and lived in. Basically, I just left them. I didn't wrap my hair at night. All the things you're not supposed to do, basically. I didn't wrap my hair, I've not put any extra products in there. I've just left them. I think I just tied it up to go to bed and that's it. So it would basically rough it up, dry it out a little bit and get this kind of look. And I'm really, really pleased now with them. So I'm sure you're wondering what hair I used for this. That's been a really popular talking point when it comes to getting this kind of ombre effect, and everybody is going for the Freetress colour TT27. It's like really sought after to the point of sold out everywhere. Now I had that same problem, but I thought, no, I want that kind of like ombre look, so I'm gonna get it. You know, there are more brands out there than just Freetress that this will work with, and there are more colours as well. So let's try and make it work. So what I decided to do, and I'm a big fan of mixing colours because I think that's how you get the most natural look. So the way I look at it is, if you went to the hairdresser with your dark hair and you wanted some highlights, where would they position the foils? And I tried to recreate that with twists or braids by putting those colours in the same places. So I started off with, it's the Deep Twist 22-inch hair, and this is colour 2. So that is just a dark brown colour. And what I did was put that underneath. So not fully underneath, but just the odd one. So for example, this one. That is just colour 2 all the way from root to tip. So I dotted those underneath. And then as I got a bit higher up, that's when I wanted to mix in some ombre. So I then went for the Cherish Deep Twist bulk in the 22-inch again, but this time the colour is DE27. Now the colour that everyone's going for is the TT27 in Freetress. This is quite similar, but what I would say the difference is that it's just a bit lighter. So you can see there, this is one. Oops. It starts off dark like that, and then it gradually goes light. But the end section, I would say, is lighter than the TT27 that I'm seeing everyone use. And then as I get higher up to the top, that's where you would naturally have more highlights. So I thought, let's put a little bit of full root to tip honey kind of colours. So I went for this one, which is Aftress. It's bulk again, so it's the same sort of curl. And this time the colour is T27, but it's root to tip. So an example of that would be like these ones at the front. You can see there. And I basically just did like a few across the front here, so these ones. And then you can see I've got more of the ombre. And then I just dotted them around on the top layer basically. And I think that the overall effect it gives is pretty damn good. And I'm really pleased with it. Now then, I've just taken one out so I can put it back in and show you how I do it. My technique of putting these in is very, very simple. When I looked on YouTube for different people's examples of how to do it, there was lots of different techniques. For me personally, and for my hair texture, a lot of it was overcomplicating it, but as I've just said, it depends on your hair texture. For Alex Jae, for example, her hair is a lot softer, a lot more silky, so she needed to do something to make sure that they stayed in and didn't just slip out. Whereas with my hair, it is quite coarse and dry, so it's got enough grip there so that it won't slip out. So I don't need to use elastic bands, and I don't use gel either, it just sort of stays in. But what I do is braid at the start, because that way it's guaranteed for me to stay in and not unravel, at least for that first bit. So I'm just going to demonstrate what I do for this one. In terms of amounts, use more of this hair than your own hair if you want that full look. For the extension hair, now this is one I've just took out. I don't want to use any fresh hair because when you first use it, it's quite shiny and it will look different to all the other ones I've got in. But basically it tends to kind of divide up into sections of its own. I tended to use 1.5, so you can see that's the 1 and that's the half, and that was about the right amount. But I would say just play around with it until you've done one and you're like, yeah, I like that thickness, stick with that. It really is sort of trial and error. You, as everybody sort of says, you want to make it kind of tapered at the end, so you want to make it uneven by pulling. This one's basically already done. And I also like it to be a little bit shorter around the front. It looks more sort of natural. So just play around with the length as well. And then all I'm going to do is take my hair, get rid of these ones, and start to braid. So I'll come up close so you can see. Okay, so we're just going to start to braid as normal. Yes. And then push up. And then when you're ready to start twisting, you just want to put this piece in with one of these two. So I'm just going to kind of twist it into that and then just start twisting. But I twist each one as I twist round. So it's singular twist and then crossover. Singular twist and crossover. And that's what I do. Now, because I want that boho look, I might just kind of speed up so that it's a little bit more rough, a bit more haphazard. And just keep going. Just twist and twist, twist and twist, twist and twist. And you just keep going. And that is all I do. No bands, no gel, no mousse. You just keep going. And you'll see when I've done this one, it might look a little different to all the others. That's because it's new. They take days to settle into your head if you want this kind of a beachy look. You keep going right to the end, and then when it gets a bit too much, I just kind of twist it around my finger like that. And that's basically it. Done. It actually blends in okay. Now, as I said, you will get ones after a while, they'll start to kind of get a bit hairy, but I like that. So if you don't like that, don't do it this way. There we go, you can see all the lovely colours. It really is, I would say, more about the colours you put in than how neat you are. The neatness doesn't matter at all with this kind of a look. It is where you place those colours. So yeah, I hope that's giving you inspiration to get this kind of a look without, 20 years of growing dreads. There we go. Now, to finish it off, I also invested £5 in these little jewels. Can you see them? I need to put some more in. Some of them I've doubled up like this. Can you see? I've got these from Amazon and I will put the link below. Again, some people just use these to kind of hold down bits of hair that's poking out. I didn't do it for that reason, I did it just because I think it looks good. And some of them I was finding the twists were a bit too skinny for the gold rings, so I just doubled them up. So we found a double one there, yeah. That is 2 twists with 1 gold ring. Because I figured that dreads kind of do that sometimes, don't they, as well. And then in terms of how you can wear this, I like it on a side part because I think it looks a bit more carefree. But equally it can be worn in the middle. Sort of like this. Which is also rather nice. Or it can be put up as well. And I tend to, if I put it up, I tend to just use a twist to tie it up. So what I do is get in there, get 2 twists, tie it around itself, tie it around itself. That's it, like that. Oh yeah, 80s vibe. This style took me 4 hours to do. For me, someone who likes box braids, I like really thin micro braids. This was so easy because twisting is a lot quicker, and then because I wanted them to look chunky, I was doing them quite thick. In fact, how many have I got? Let's count. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 44, 45, 46, 47. So 47 twists. Easy. That is easy. It's fast, it's easy, it's flexible. This, I understand why this is like the hairstyle of 2019. It's just too convenient. The reason I've not done a YouTube video in quite some time is because I have no time. So this was like, when I saw this, I was like, yes, this is what I need. This is the protective style that I have time for. So I can't recommend it enough. And there's so much you can do to try and spruce it up, change it up, you know, wear it up, little gold rings in it. It can look boho, but it can equally look quite chic. So yeah, loving it. And you can play around with colour too. So yeah, hop on board the Passion Twist bandwagon. Thank you, Boho Babe. Excellent invention. As always, if you've enjoyed this video, then you know it's up to you if you want to like or subscribe. That is up to you, but I always love to read the comments, so please do leave me a comment. If I've missed anything out which always annoys me, then let me know below and I'll answer them all. Any questions, I'll leave all the details of all the things that I've used, which is really only hair, below, and the prices as well, and any links that might be useful. I feel like most of the videos that I watch on hair don't show me the hair enough, so I'm just gonna leave a little time at the end just to kind of show it close up for you. Enjoy.